Hi, I'm Hugh Shelton. I'm the lead hero designer. So we do hope that Cho'gall sees success in tournament play, and we've seen characters like Abathur in the Lost Vikings, which are pretty unusual, find some success in competitive play. And so we believe that Cho'gall could play into that same thing. He has a lot of consolidated power into one body. He has a huge hit point pool, so he's going to be really strong in certain situations and maybe weaker in other situations. But yeah, I think it's possible. We're definitely not looking at him just to be some kind of fun character that we would never imagine being in competitive play. This is a character that might allow some new team compositions to work. Teams that are built around that poke, that disengage, that not wanting to really mix it up with maybe like the heavy warrior compositions that we're seeing now, but rather just wearing them down from staying further back. That's one way that you could build her. If you go with the Thornwood Vine heroic, and if you can actually increase the range of your Q ability so that you really play that up. And there's other talents that also increase that playstyle. That's something that's going to be interesting to see how players adapt to it. We had Wisp talents on different tiers beforehand. We tested that out, and we found that people are looking for more stuff to increase their combat capabilities a lot of the time. And so we felt we could do 4 different cool Wisp talents, but to do so we would want to put them up all against each other, and that they all offer something just a little bit differently. Because the Wisp should be a core part of how you play Lunara. And this is also kind of like a reminder moment when you get to level 4 of, hey, you have a Wisp. You should be using that thing when you're playing the game, so start using it. It complements the rest of her kit because she's quick, but she's not able to escape really quickly unless you grab the heroic that allows you to do that. So having that little bit of heads up that people are coming around lets you get away from the gank that you might not be able to get away from otherwise. Yeah, I mean, the whole idea of mixing one form being purely about range, one form being purely about melee, was the driving factor for Greymane. It fit the Worgen fantasy, and it also was a new, interesting gameplay style that we could add to the game. And we were developing him at the similar time as we were developing Lunara, so again, it stands out pretty uniquely from the two of them. You can imagine that we have all these different universes, and we already have a bunch of heroes in the game, and we have a bunch more already in development. And so we're also looking at a lot of different factors. I talked about it a little bit in the panel before about we're looking at the universe, we're looking at the role that they play, we're looking at what the character's shape is, because we don't want to add too many characters that look too similar. We're looking at if we are trying to add some new unique mechanics. So there's a lot of factors that we're taking into consideration. So we actually don't try to plan too far out ahead in terms of our hero schedule, because that way we can react to what we're seeing showing up on live. We're able to react to what we're feeling ourselves as we've been playtesting for a pretty long time. And really, when we're just planning for heroes, if all it is a name on a piece of paper, what does it matter if it changes right ahead of time? So there's just a ton of things that we need to take into consideration. For Lunara and Greymane, we specifically wanted to add more ranged assassins because we saw that our ranged assassins are being played a ton on live, and that they're showing up more frequently than a lot of the other characters. Those types of players now have more options. And then yeah, for Eternal Conflict, we knew that we're going after Diablo, and in the future we maybe do similar events such as that kind of adjust what heroes we're going after. It's crazy. It's big. It's a huge list, and there's a lot of reasons to pick characters. So we're not sure yet how we're going to deliver arena mode, like how it's going to be out there, but something that we always considered when we started off making arena mode was that we didn't want to have to balance for 2 different modes. That we would balance for the main way that the game is played, which is what you're used to, and then arena would come off of that, but we wouldn't be chasing down balance changes just for arena mode. We think about it. We talk about this thing pretty frequently, and you've seen us make pretty big changes to some heroics. Falstad got a brand new heroic, and Tyrael had pretty drastic changes to his, just to name a few. And so I think you'll see us continue to do things like that down the road. I can't really say for certain what we're going to be doing with Sylvanas, but there's clearly an issue between those two heroics. And I think that that's something that, in general, maybe not as big of an extent that you see when we give a team fight heroic to a specialist and then we give them a non-team fight heroic. It's just something that happens. And then also for supports, when you see a ability or heroic that is vital for them playing that role versus another heroic that is more about damage or utility, that the one that's vital for them to actually be able to succeed at that role wins out. So those are the types of conversations that we have frequently, and yeah, we will be making adjustments in the future. It's hard to say because we've seen so much variety in the types of heroes being played right now. Even in like in the Americas regionals and in the opening rounds to the Blizzcon tournament, we've seen a pretty big range of characters. There's only a few that are not seeing any play. I am a little surprised at how little Sergeant Hammer sees play in the tournament scene. Maybe we'll see teams build around her, but really she's weak to the multi-warrior meta, which is what it seems like, so it's hard to say. She might be, and we'll leave it at that for now. There's only one way to find out, and I think you need to give it a shot as soon as Cho'gall. And you could switch Brightwing for Lost Vikings. Greatest adventure.
UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from the future. UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from the future. Hello there, old sport. Me, just got the number one out of the plan. The bee's knees, the tip-top shape, I'm swell shape, and I can make a fortune for my ass for balls. Shut the balls up! UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from. Shut the balls up! UFO Commander, we are the future. We're gonna take you to the future. Then we're gonna get to the future, where everyone talks like they're from. Shut the balls up! Give me the no!